Oh, awesome, 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 awesome. So let's get started and so that we can thank you, Mr. Victor, David Eton, thank you, Blessing Shion. Thank you so much. Does it mean that other people can hear me? No loud, audio is faint. Ah, audio is faint. Thanks for the feedback, Mr. Derito. I'm actually more or less like shouting on top of my voice right now. So what more can I do? We're supposed to have a better coverage. Oh, Mr. James, can you hear me loud and clear? Please, can you confirm so that we can know whether it's Mr. Derito's device that is actually using? Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. So, Mr. Derito, I think it's your device. So please kindly check your device. Kindly check your device. Okay, Mrs. Okay, Blessing Shion. Oh, good. No problem. I think we're good to go there. We're good to go. Since almost everybody can hear me loud and clear, that means we're good to go. So I want to especially welcome every one of us. And I mean, last weekend was massive. Last weekend was massive. I want us to celebrate ourselves for making the last Saturday site inspection a massive success. If you were there, just celebrate yourself. Can you just put your hands together? Let me see some clap emoji. 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 Ah, somebody said not loud. Wow. Oh my goodness. How come I'm getting some mixed? Thank you, Mr. James. Thank you, Lovett. Kenneth, thank you for clapping. That means some people can hear me. Probably the people that are not hearing me, maybe they are not using their, maybe you are not using the earpiece and you are using phone. So can you please just try to get an earpiece or something? I mean, that's just the only thing I can think of right now. So if you can just try to get an earpiece so that you can hear me better, right? Oh, Mr. Victor, thank you very much. Thank you very much. More people are joining us. Awesome. Awesome. So before we go into the lecture for today, so I want us to just share, I need some feedback, right? I need some feedback. What were the things we got right at the last inspection? What were the things we need to improve on at the last inspection? So I need some feedback. I need some feedback from us. Okay, what were the things we got right? What were the things you think we need to improve on? What were the things we got right? What were the things you think we need to improve on? And you know, the reason why this is very, very important is because it is actually very important. It is actually very important so that we can improve as we plan another inspection, which we believe will be very, very, very soon on that same project, okay? So for those that were at the last site inspection, what are the things you noticed that we can improve on? Or what are the things we got right? And if there is nothing that you think we need to improve on, oh, well and good, that means we score 100 over 100, no correction. Okay, so I just need some couple of feedback so that we can go in for the class, the teachings we have for today and make some couple of announcements, right? Like we usually say, anytime we come for the Realtors Forum, there are basically three things that we do. Number one is we are here basically to reevaluate, to evaluate what all the things that we are doing. We are here to strategize for the future, and then we are here to get empowered to do what we need to do in the future. So for those that are, if you are just joining us, you are welcome. Super excited to have you here this afternoon. So we are just looking at the last site inspection we did. What were your experiences, and what are the things we got right? What are the things you feel that we can improve on? Because I mean, I've seen some couple of responses, the people that were at the last site inspection. So I just needed some of the feedback. What were the things you think we can improve on? What were the things you think we got right? And what were the things that maybe we did not get right? Okay. So we'd love to get all this feedback from you. So can I get a feedback? Can I get a feedback? Just chat me up, chat me up. Just chat me up. Can I get some feedback? So while we are waiting for feedback, so today we'll be looking at what are the follow-up tips. What are the follow-up tips that we can deploy? What are the follow-up tips that we can deploy? After site inspection, it's obvious that the next thing is for us to start getting alerts. Okay? So between the time the site inspection took place and the time you're supposed to start getting alerts, what are the things that you need to do? Basically, that is what we are looking at this morning. Okay? So while we are still waiting for anybody to drop their feedback for the last site inspection, it is good that we look at the topic that we have for today. Okay. So, like I said, my name still remains Opoluwaoni anyway. So for those that probably meeting me for the very first time, so this is my humble self. So let's quickly look at the follow-up tips that we can deploy after site inspection. Of course, like we all know, site inspection is one critical aspect when it comes to our sales process. Like I mentioned last week, you know, this is more or less like a follow-up to the section we had last week. I mentioned last week that site inspection is very, very important to our sales process. Very, very, very important to our sales process. So at every point in time, we really need to take it serious. It's as serious as our prospecting, it's as serious as our follow-up, it's even as serious as people paying for the product. Because this at site inspection is where you bridge the gap between what was promised and what will be delivered, right? People have the opportunity to see what will be delivered firsthand. That is one of the things that we experience at site inspection. Okay, somebody is here, Mr. David Victor Ekong is saying that I missed the last site inspection at Ekpe on Saturday. I couldn't meet up, but we are here. Of course, I'm very sure you've seen the video. So, I mean, the video has been shared in all the community, okay? Mr. Olajide Joseph said the site inspection was fun, and I was able to gather insights on the project, which would help me with project knowledge. Oh, awesome, 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 awesome. So you're able to get that insight, okay? Hope you did not just visit. Hope your prospects too also came along, Mr. Olajide Joseph, right? Because the opportunity for people to log down with 500,000 and still buy it at 3.5 million and 2.5 million for 500 square meter and 300 square meter respectively ends by this month. I mean, by first, that it's all over. It's all over. The price goes to a new price entirely. So we really need to really take advantage of this opportunity. Just 500,000 naira, you lock down the price, and that is it. With just 500,000 naira, you lock down the price. So let's take advantage of this. So let's quickly look at some of the tips after site inspection. So now we've all done site inspection. It was fun. Like some people have said, some people enjoyed themselves. Some people didn't want to come back home, right? Okay. Some people say, life pay, try, do, this is the new standard and all of that. So after all the excitement, you know, after all the excitement, the most important thing now is for the paying customer to pay, right? The most important thing is for the paying customer to pay. Very, very important. If customer does not pay, whatever we've done at that site inspection can amount to waste. So if the customer has to pay, the customer has to pay. So what we are looking at is that what are the things that we can do. I believe some of us are even supposed to have done it, but if you have not done it, it's never too late to get it done. So what are the things we can do as realtors, right? Between the time your customer visits the site and the time where they are converted into a paying customer, okay? So like you said, site inspection is the process between the time somebody showed interest to when they now become a paying customer. So that process needs to take place. So there are two main purposes for site inspection. Number one is to close sales. Anytime you are going for site inspection, is not just because you want numbers. You don't just want numbers to attend the site inspection. You want people to pay. That must be at the back of our mind at every point in time. As prospect, it's not about the fun, it's not about the tug of war, it's not about the football match, it's not about the games, it's not about the sales challenge, it's about customers paying. Yes, you gain product knowledge, you had fun, it was excited, you saw the location, but at the end of this whole process, at the end of what? This whole process, there must be a paying customer. If there are no paying customer, what you have just done, you could have just gone to any party on the Saturday and still achieve the same thing, right? So there must be a paying customer. So the two main purposes of site inspections are number one, to close sales, and number two is to onboard your referrals, to get more referrals, to bring people on board. And we're going to look at a process. We're going to look at some of the things that you can do that can help you take people from just being a suspect to becoming a paying customer, and also to becoming someone that will refer other people to you. So those are the things that we are going to be looking at today. So please, I mean, most likely I'll make this announcement like 1,000 times today. Between now and 1st of December, 1st of April, everybody that needs to pay, needs to make that commitment, because price changes from 2nd of April. In fact, it's like, if there's a way I can just implant these thoughts into your mind, because it's very important. You know, one of the reasons why announcing and re-announcing it again is very important is because so that on Tuesday we will not resume back in the office and we will not be asked, somebody will say, can they still pay the old price? No. Can we have extension? No. We are saying it right now. All the people that you are supposed to call them. All the people that you are supposed to return their call. All the people you are supposed to get back to them. All the people that are supposed to get back to them, get back to you. So let's now go back to the teaching. I'm still coming back to the announcement again. So the two main reasons why we conduct site inspection is number one, to close sales. Among many other reasons, two main purposes is number one, to close sales. Number two is to get referrals. Because the ability of people to go and see what they are going to sell, what they are going to buy, paint a picture of the future to them is very, very important. Very, very important. You know, we have our senses. We have our 5 senses, right? You know, there's a sense of seeing, there's a sense of touching, there's a sense of smelling, there's a sense of tasting, right? It is very, very, very important that people too can visualize. If you remember last week, we were talking about the power of visualization. That's the reason why people come to site, so they can picture their mind on that same soil that they have played tug of war, on that same soil that they've kicked ball, on that same soil that they've laughed, they've eaten, on that same soil that they've done a whole lot of things. They can visualize their ownership of that part of that land, of that piece of land, right? Very, very important. So you do what? You close sales and get referral during site inspection. So from when you are on site, whether virtually or physically, because I noticed some of us were doing videos, we're on Instagram Live, we're on TikTok Live, you're sensitizing your followers, you're charging them up, you are pumping them up, and all of those things. Fantastic. Okay. So from when you are on site, either virtually or physically, to when you are transporting them back from the site, that's the transit period, they are all part of the site inspection. They are all what? Part of that site inspection. From the period where you are taking them to site, getting to site, having consultation of site, to the period where you are returning them back to where you pick them up from, they are all part of the site inspection experiences. Okay? So now, what are the action steps that we need to take? What are the action steps that we need to take? So let's just run through some couple of action steps that we really need to take. And if you have not taken them, these action steps are in sequential order. Probably you've done some, and you have not done some, or you are looking forward to doing some. It is very, very important that we follow this sequence. It is what? Very important that we follow this sequence. Number one thing, and which is part of our job. In fact, I always say this. It is one of our core responsibilities as realtors, as consultants, is to what? To control the narrative. To control the narrative for the customer. You control the narrative from when you pick them up, to when you take them to the site, to when you return them back. So how do you control the narrative? Number one, you control the conversation, right, on site, from pickup point to when they return. Number two, how do you control the narrative is this. You give them a pleasant experience. You allow them to be comfortable, right? That is one of the ways to control the narrative. From the point you are picking them up from, to, in fact, from when you are even following up on them. Because if you don't control the narrative, most of you probably that's the first time you are even meeting that prospect. You guys have been talking on phone, you've been chatting on WhatsApp, probably you did an advert, they are meeting you for the very first time. If you don't control the narrative, you lose them. If you don't control the narrative, there's always a tendency that you will lose them. If you can hear me loud and clear, just give me the number 5. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me the number 5. If you can hear me loud and clear, give me the number 5. Can I get 10 people that will give me number 5? Can I just get 10 people? 10 people that will give me number 5. I need like 10 people. Only one person has given me number 5. I've seen 2. Can I get 8 more? 8 more. I want you to be, I want to make sure that you are here. Type number 5 at the chat room. Chat room, number 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Just give me 5. I want more response, more response. Now we are 3. Can I get 7 more people to give me the number 5? Okay. Can I get 6 more people? Oh, can I get 5 more people? Can I get 4 more people? Can I get 3 more people? Can I get 2 more? 2 more, just 2 more, 2 more. 2 more people to give me the number 5. Okay, can I just get 1 person? Oh, Mr. David Ola is the number 10th person. I gave it the number 5. Okay, so number 1, I said, is you control the narrative. Number 2 is that you control the presentation and the site talk. When people get to site, the next thing is that they want to watch. They are waiting for the presentation. They want to see the land. You know, because we call it physical site inspection, right? So it's physical site inspection. Whether they are checking land, they are checking house, it is what? Physical site inspection. And some of these things I'm sharing to you can actually apply for virtual site inspection too, right? It is very, very important. So please listen to this very carefully. You control the presentation. For instance, the one we had on site that day, it was a group presentation, right? And you can, I mean, there are people that took some of their prospects to see the surrounding environment and all of those things. It's part of you controlling what? The narrative, which is number 2, you control the presentation and the tour on site. And the reason why you have to be the one, especially when it's group conversation or group inspection, is that you don't leave your customer just to be running all around and all of those things. So no, you don't leave them. This is site inspection. You control them, you gather them together. You sensitize them. All these things are very, very important. You don't just allow them to just be going up and down and without being controlled. Somebody else will talk to them. You are the one that's supposed to be giving the. In fact, one of the ways you can control the narrative, is that you can actually ask questions. You know, some customers will never ask questions. They will be seated. Right? I know of someone that did it that day. The person asked a question because he has a customer that was seated in that place, and he knows that that person will not ask any question. And so the person deliberately asks a question so that the customer can hear the answer from the authority or from the horse's mouth. You want to deliberately ask question. Okay. So after the whole thing, the activity on site and you encourage your part of you. Controlling the presentation is that you encourage, especially because of the activities we brought in this time around, you encourage your prospect, the person you brought to site, to participate. See, psychologically, it has been proven that when people have fun, their logic, the logic part of their brain is suspended. It is the emotional part of their brain that is setting. And you see, when you are emotional, to come back to your logical senses, it takes some time, right? You can move to logic to emotion very fast, but you can't move from emotion to logic very fast, very fast. So at that very point in time, emotion is very high. So it's easier for them to take what? To take a decision that will favor you. Okay, number three is that you get feedback. So you get feedback from the site and on your way back. It is important that you get feedback. You see, it is from the feedback you will know whether there's a sale that has been secured or a sale that has been lost. I don't know whether somebody is getting it. It is from your feedback that you will know whether a sale has been secured, whether somebody is coming on board, whether you've been able to successfully recruit them, or a sale has been lost. So please, let's take note of that. Feedbacks are the meat of champion. It is very, very, very important that you take feedback. So on site and also off site, even on your way back, you can always take feedback. Just ask them questions. How do you see that location? No, they'll say something. From your feedback too, you'll be able to, from the feedback people are giving, you know which area again that you need to really work on, tackle or questions or scenario you need to paint to the customer, so that they'll know that yes, truly and truly, this project is a very good one. So feedbacks are very, very important. So number four, immediately after the site inspection, probably after you guys have departed, you are on your own, they are on your own, send them an appreciation SMS. And also request if they need any further information to take a final decision. If they told you that they've not taken a final decision, because most of the time after site inspection, somebody will say, I'll call you back. Somebody will say, I want to go and discuss with my husband. Somebody will say, I want to go and discuss with my wife. Somebody will say, I'll give it a thought. Somebody will say, I'm not, they'll give you different excuses. However, the reason why they are giving you excuses is not because they don't have money. The reason why they are giving you excuses is because they have not been, in one way or the other, there's still a part of their mind that is still doubting or giving it a second thought. Are we together? Am I flowing with you this afternoon? So you send them appreciation messages. You can just say, good afternoon, Pastor Aderito Timothy. I want to specially use this opportunity or craft something and ask ability to help you craft it. I want to specially appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come along on the inspection to Almond County. If you need any further question or any area that you require me to seek more clarity, so that or any area that will help you to take a decision, kindly let me know. You can send it via WhatsApp and then via SMS and all of that. But WhatsApp is good because you can almost get instant response. Whether the person read it, and did not respond, whether the person has just responded, you'll be able to get that instant feedback and all of that. Okay, and it's really much more reliable than SMS this age and time. So you appreciate them, and in your appreciation, you garnish it with request. You garnish it with what? With request of feedback. So that's the process. Then number 5 is that you ask them for, which is similar to what I just mentioned now, you ask them for their decision and make them feel form. You ask them for what? Their decision. You understand? So you say, okay, now that you have seen this location, can you just fill a form while we wait for your payments? Because these are part of the things that we really need to learn. Because most of the time, some of us are scared to even tell people to go and pay. I was having a discussion with somebody in the office today. I was thinking of the next site inspection. And I was saying that I have this idea of what if we do this, what if we do this, what if we do this, right? Because if you have a good product, the number one responsibility to you have in the fact that yes, you know that this place is a good product. So the good product, how can I take this good product before as many people as possible? That was the question I asked myself this morning. This Ikorodu is a fantastic location. It's a location that one can easily sell 1,000 plots. One can easily sell 500 plots. One can easily sell 2,000 plots. And with the volume that LifePage has there, you can sell a whole lot. It's more or less like wealth waiting for you to take them. Right? That's basically what it's all about. So the question is, how can I really take advantage of this opportunity? So you ask them to take a decision. Imagine if you were able to take 20 people to site that day, and all of them have paid deposit of 500,000 naira. 500,000 times 20 people is 10 million naira. Simple calculation. So 15% or whatever percentage you are entitled to on 20 million, that deposit alone. Imagine what you have. I'm not talking about other incentives. I'm just talking about on the deposit alone. So I appreciate them and request them to ask further questions and inquiries that will help them to take a buying decision. And please, all of this must be done on the day that you have done the site inspection. So in case you have not done it, it's not too late. Still give it what a try. Number 5. Okay, number 5, I've mentioned number 5. Then number 6, facilitate further negotiation if need be. Facilitate other negotiation if need be. I remember we did the same we did some site inspections a couple of days ago, and somebody went to see the place. And after going to see the place, the person fell in love with the place and all of those things. And the person asked, since I'm buying, okay, so the person threw a negotiation to us that, okay, what if I'm buying so and so number? Can I get a further discount? And because of the volume the person is buying, the realtor had the responsibility to keep pushing for that discount. So he brought the further discount and said, okay, see, this can't work, this is what is going to work, right? Because if there's need, some people are, in fact, most people that are wealthy are always looking for a good deal. They just believe that somebody else can offer them something better than what you're offering them. So do not be scared or do not panic when people want something better. Are we together this afternoon? Are we together this afternoon? I need some feedback. Okay? So if there's any need, help them to facilitate further negotiation. Just relate to the office, relate to CEU. Okay? So the next, number 7 is that guide them through the purchase process. Guide them through the purchase process. How do they pay? How do they fill form? Right? What it means is that if you are going to be the one guiding somebody, that means you yourself know more than the person, or you know exactly what you want to guide the person. Please, this is very, very important, so that you will not misguide them, so that there won't be error in payment, so that they will not pay into the wrong account. Because these are the little things that affect the first impression or the impression of customers. Okay, so guide them. Guide them is very, very, very important. How are they going to pay? How are they going to fill form? How are they getting receipts? What are their paperwork they are getting? How do they get allocation letter? How do they get all those things? You guide them, because that is part of your job. Okay, so because after negotiation, the next thing is to advise them to pay. Then after that purchase process, you need to guide them. Okay, man, can't you pay 500,000 now? Secure it. Then before the end of the month, you can raise another 1 million naira and pay. Then afterwards, you can pay. And the thing is this: if you really are doing your job as a realtor very, 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 very well, one thing is very, very important: you will understand your customer. You will know their season. You will know when they are high and when they are low financially, and you'll be able to advise them very well. And they will appreciate you a great deal for it. Okay. Number 8, which is second to the last, is help them to plan for the offer aftermath of the purchase. Help them to plan for the aftermath of the purchase. And this is where it's going to be taking us to how do you even get referrals, right? Aftermath is this. You can help them to pick receipt up. You can tell them that, see, don't worry, don't bother coming to the office. I'll pick your receipt, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll help you. In fact, on the day of allocation, if the person is not available, don't worry, can you help me to take up this allocation? Now, they have done allocation. Can you help me with fencing? It is all part of your job as a realtor. Even if you don't have the technical ability to do what some of them are going to be requesting for, what you can do is to partner with people that have such, or partner with the company, partner with LifePage. Okay. Then number 9, which is going to be the last one as I take questions this morning, ask for referral and more purchase. Ask for referral and more purchase. If you have truly done everything I've said from number 1 to 8, there is no way that customer will not be impressed. And when the customer is impressed, the next line of action is for them to give you a referral and also even buy more offer that you have. Okay? I hope with this viewpoint of mine, we can all start making phone calls to be able to know who are the people that even showed up. Because one of the things I realized is that a lot of us usually invite people for events, site inspection, and all of that, and you don't even follow up. You know, there is a saying that says that the fortune is the follow-up. So all of the things I've explained right now, they are part of the follow-up process. The pre-time you bought the property, when you bought the property, then after you have bought the property. If you can do all of these things, put all these things together, I'm very, 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 very sure it will be very easy for you to convert your prospects, the people that come to see the land, to a paying customer. I hope it has been a blessing to us. If you are still with me, just give me the number 7. Give me the number 7. If you are still with me this afternoon, give me the number 7. If you have found anything useful in all that I've shared today, give me the number 7. Okay, awesome. Oh, thank you very much. So in case you have any question, so I would like to take questions right now. Is that the meetup proper? Let me say 777 is the number. Okay, let me take questions. Do you have questions, clarity on any area? Okay, so I think I have some comments. I think I saw some comments. So while I'm waiting for new questions, let me run through the old comments. Okay, so Mr. Olajide Joseph says that the site inspection was fun. Okay, I think I read that. Mr. David Victor says, please, Mr. Okpe, come again. Oh, I think I've done that too. Okay. The main purpose of site inspection, I think I'll explain that, is for you to close your sales and get new referrals. So that's the main purpose of your site inspection. It must achieve either of both, or it must achieve both. Somebody is asking to, there was a lady that was celebrated during CEO's forum, and she made sales last month by saying that she sold her name first, and she has a selling method. Is this a question, or you are trying to buttress my points? Mr. Victor, please, can you recap your question? Okay, Mr. Alao David says this is a great opportunity. Please, I need Mr. Uni's number. Oh, okay, chat this number of 0906,0005747. Chat this number of 0906,0005737. They will give you my contact. Okay. Mr. Victor says, okay, Mr. Okpe, I would love to go through all this again. Will this still be retained on the link? Okay, there's a YouTube video. It's currently being streamed on YouTube. It's actually currently being streamed on YouTube. So you can just go to Enrich TV by Live page. You'll see this video and it will be there for as long as you want. So can I take questions? We have questions.